I'm Megan, and I'm going to share my testimony with you. We have tell us where you were mentally and emotionally before you met Sheldon and how you got to where you are today. Mentally and emotionally, I was okay with whatever God's will was for me before I met Sheldon. I was living in LA at the time, and I had gone through a series of failed relationships, situationships, failed talking stages, but just, I don't know, people that just weren't for me. And so, we were so serious about our walk with Christ, right? And so I realized, I have to be okay with just me and God before anybody else can enter into that space, that intimate space, that relationship space. I have been so boy crazy all of my life, right? I had a boyfriend from K4 up until I was living in LA in my mid-20s. So yeah, I just had to realize that I needed to be okay with just being by myself. And so before I met Sheldon mentally, I was like, I'm not going to be with anybody that is not my husband. I don't want anything that's not God's best for me. And, I was okay with that. I was like, if I'm meant to live a life like Paul and just be single and doing ministry all my life, I'm fine with that too. I was okay with any of the potential options for my life, whether that be married with kids or whether that be single, just living for the Lord. Whatever it was, I was okay with it. And I prayed and fasted for a while, just God, whatever it is, make it known to me. If you want me to be married, make it known to me. If you want me to be single and just live for you, make it known to me. Whatever it is, just make your will clear to me so I can live according to that. And, that was my first time ever doing a 40-day fast. And God spoke so clearly. And I can't remember if I met Sheldon while I was fasting or prior to. Either way, God made himself very, very clear that Sheldon was the man that he created for me. And so I was kind of scared at first because it was like, whoa. I was more leaning towards the single part, right? I was more leaning towards the life of Paul. And so when God, revealed to me in a way that was unique to me, nah, this is what I have for you. And so I was kind of scared. I was like, well, is it going to happen right now? Or what? I was just scared because even when I met Sheldon, I had a feeling, I had an inkling. I knew that he was the one, but obviously, one, I didn't want to scare him away. And two, it was kind of like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? All those prayers, all that fasting, God is speaking, and it's kind of like, whoa, right? So, I always had this feeling in my mind. I would tell my friends, Child, I met my husband, and everybody's like, wow. And, mentally, I was prepared to be single. And emotionally, I was prepared to be single, and I was going to be okay with that. And so when God came back and said, nah, here's your husband, it was kind of like, whoa. Because I feel like we do that, right? We come up with this vision, this plan, this idea for our lives, and God jumps in and says, hey, nah, we're going the other way. You want to go left, but I think you should go right, or I've ordained for you to go another route. And so you have to let go of whatever you thought was your plan for your life and say, okay, God, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to submit to you, even when it's not what you had in mind. And so, yeah, I think I had peace because I knew God had stamped it. I knew God ordained it. And I was prepared for whatever he was going to bring to me, whether I was ready for it or not. I knew that I had him and that he was going to give me peace and, do it with me. I'm not doing it by myself. I'm doing it with God. And, I'm grateful. I think that it all started with, one, being okay, being by myself, and two, just submitting to God's will for my life and being okay with that, regardless of what it was. So, yeah. How has God shown himself in my relationship? I mean, God is all in and out and through with this thing, okay? Because, all right, let's talk about it. When I first met Sheldon, I think, you know, first of all, no one has ever loved me the way that Sheldon loves me, right? I think, like, I feel like I knew what unconditional love, I've always known what unconditional love is, right? Our parents, they love us, they're supposed to love us unconditionally, right? I knew what it was, but when I met Sheldon, I felt what it was. You know what I'm saying? All of the times that, you know, I mess up, or even when he messes up, and God is constantly reminding me, push through, give him grace, have compassion, put yourself in his shoes. I feel like God shows himself, one, it's the Holy Spirit inside of me speaking to me every time we go through something, every time that we do something, right? And then it's like the times where, you know, he just wanted to bail on me, but he just couldn't. He didn't have peace about it. Or times that I just wanted to walk away and I didn't have peace about it because I knew in my heart, like, this is it. This is him. You can't walk away from the gift that God has given you. And so I think it's conviction through and through and through. That's how God has shown himself in my relationship. And like looking at who I was when we first met in 2017, like to who I am today in 2021, it's a completely different person. And it's a part from the growth that we have received in our relationship. And so I think God has shown himself time and time again, countless times I can't even fathom. And I know that he's done so much behind the scenes as well, but it's that conviction through and through. And it's that comparison. Our relationship should be a walking demonstration of his relationship with us. And so just that being in the back of my mind all the time, it's like that's how he continuously shows up every single day in our relationship.